Hi, I'm Johnny Roven, and today I'm going to be discussing with you what to do after an accident in order to get medical treatment if you don't have health insurance. There are many occasions when a person gets into an accident and they're going to need extensive treatment in order to get them to the best place possible. Whether it means they'll fully recover or they won't ever recover, but at least they'll be to a certain place where they're functional, hopefully. This can be a very complicated situation if the person does not have medical insurance. Many times we get clients where they sustain serious injuries, but they just don't have the money or the insurance in order to go out to get the proper medical treatment. A surgery itself could cost tens of thousands of dollars. Post-care treatment could be thousands and thousands of dollars. Surgeries like knee replacements, elbow replacements, they could just be extraordinarily expensive. And so it poses a very big problem for people when they just don't have the proper means, insurance or money in order to go out and get that proper treatment. So what can this person do that doesn't have the proper health insurance in order to obtain the proper treatment that they need in order to get to the best place possible? In many insurance policies, they have a certain coverage called medical payment coverage. This means that a person can liquidate that fund for reasonable and necessary medical treatments regardless of the fault of the accident. If you're at fault or if the other side's at fault, you may still be able to obtain these funds. The problem with this coverage is that it's usually very limited. Most of the policies that I've seen run around $5,000, which means after you've exhausted the $5,000 coverage, then you're pretty much out of money in order to pay for your medical treatment from your auto policy. Another issue with medical payment coverage is that after you resolve the accident, your insurance company may want to be reimbursed for that medical payment coverage. So you would be responsible to pay back your insurance company the amount that you used from the coverage. So if you use $5,000, your insurance company may say, well, we want you now to pay back the $5,000 from your resolution with the other side. Since medical payment coverage is usually very limited amount of funds, it's very easy to exhaust that limit. So maybe a few chiropractor visits, maybe a few doctor visits, and you're pretty much done with your medical payment coverage. Now it'll be much more difficult to seek further treatment unless you have some kind of way to pay for it. Another way to obtain proper medical treatment without health insurance, private health insurance, is by going through governmental health agencies, such as for California we have Medi-Cal, which is California's version of Medicaid, and for certain people falling within this category, they can also have Medicare pay for part of their medical treatment. Medi-Cal and Medicare are two very often used forms of payment for medical treatment. However, at the end of the case, they also may seek reimbursement for the funds that they paid out to the medical providers in order for you to receive the reasonable and necessary treatment for your accident. The issue with Medi-Cal and Medicare is that not everyone qualifies. For example, Medi-Cal, a lot of people need to have a certain low income in order to qualify for Medi-Cal. And in regard to Medicare, a lot of the times people need to qualify in a certain age bracket. So not everyone is going to be able to obtain Medi-Cal and Medicare benefits right away. Another way to obtain proper medical treatment is by working out agreements with medical providers. This is where the help of an attorney comes in. Generally speaking, as I mentioned before, these treatments are extremely expensive. So what happens a lot of the time is that the victim doesn't have the money to pay for these funds, to pay for this treatment, obviously. Therefore, what medical providers often do is work an agreement with the patient and an attorney saying, look, we know that you have this ongoing case, therefore we're going to sign an agreement called a lien where we will have a right to reimbursement from the recovery of the case. There are other parts of certain liens that may state that no matter what the outcome is of the case, the patient is ultimately responsible. However, in most circumstances that I've seen, is that the medical provider will get reimbursed a certain amount from their lien against the case. So what this is, it's a private agreement between medical provider, patient, and attorney that gives the medical provider a right against the patient's case and allows for the patient to obtain very excellent medical treatment. So with many of our cases where our client doesn't have health insurance or certain treatments don't qualify under their health insurance or certain providers don't qualify under their health insurance and they don't qualify for Medi-Cal or Medicare, we can help obtain agreements with very prominent and excellent medical providers to help our clients obtain very excellent medical treatment. So our clients are able to obtain surgeries, therapy for very long periods of time, chiropractor treatments, virtually any kind of treatment that the patient is going to need in order to get them to a proper place. We're able to help organize that kind of agreement so that they can get the proper treatment that they need, not only to get them into the best health possible, but to help them with their case and to show the other side that because of the accident, they're going to need long periods of very serious treatment, and therefore the value of the accident can also be extremely high. It's very difficult to obtain this kind of agreement without the help of an attorney because the medical provider wants to know that there's a real chance, great likelihood, that they're going to be paid at the end of the case. Therefore, they're less inclined to sign these kinds of agreements with a patient without an attorney. I hope that this video was informative for you. I hope that it was helpful and helped you understand what you can do if you're in an accident and you don't have proper private health insurance. And if you have been in an accident, then you can call me, 888-7-JOHNNY-7, 888-7-JOHNNY-7, and I'll see if I can help you out. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to our videos, comment, ask me questions. I want to put out more videos of things that you guys want to see, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.